Hello, welcome Aries. This will be my very first video doing some Zodiac Tarot. I've recently come into this and I found that I'm pretty good at it. So I kind of wanted to jump out there and get my messages out, or get your messages out, I should say. We've got to start somewhere, right? You can find my Facebook group page at Divinity. I'm always doing like live shows there. It's a little bit more fun, a little more relaxed. Fair warning, I do cuss a lot. If that is something that you don't like, don't join the live shows. I'm going to try to mitigate that during these specific Zodiac videos. So, as always, take what resonates with you. Don't imagine what you want to happen and see it in the cards. Be honest with yourself. Be neutral when you're watching, and figure out what's yours and what's not yours. I always try to work to a free will decision, but with so many people being able to see this, the free will decisions could be very difficult to come by. You'll notice in my live shows that I always try to find some sort of free will decision, and sometimes there's just not one to be had. But again, we're going to start off with the Ram, ruling planet Mars, the first house, fire element. It's a cardinal sign. Spirit, celestial bodies, ancestors, and the sun. Let's give Aries a reading for the remainder of October. The remainder of October, Aries, Spirit, Sun, there it is. Oh, and I'm using the Barbieri Tarot. It's a little darker. My very first experience with this deck was very frightening. I felt like I was literally in a battle in hell. I was reading a personal reading, and I was a little scared of these for a couple days, and I came back to them, and we had a little bit of an agreement. So ever since then, we've been really, really connected. But anyway, we're starting this off with the Death card here. This is directly connected to Scorpio. Spiritual transformations, new beginnings, letting go, endings, change, transition, sudden or unexpected upheaval. And we also have the Ten of Swords. I know they're a little backwards here, but this is usually like an end of cycle. And I like to think of the Ten of Swords as the end of a thought process, or a thought that went into action and now it is completing. And then we have the Knight of Swords. Knights are connected to fire, which is your sign. Burning, overwhelming, passion. But this is an intellect, a thought, an idea that is put into some heavy action. Looks like we're getting a cycle ending of a thought, and you're done putting your action in. So you've put you went through a nice cycle here of a thought. Alright, so now we have the King of Pentacles. It's a very grounded king. Kings are connected to air, which is Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. This king is definitely grounded because we're on the Pentacles, which is more connected to finances, home, body. So we have kings are usually strategic, intellectual. They're good at communication. And then we have the Moon. So we have intuition, illusion, dreams, vagueness, instability. deception, fear, subconscious, insecurity. Why is the moon here? Why is the moon here? Why is the moon here? Let's talk directly to the moon. Celestial body moon. Why is the moon card here? So we have the Wheel of Fortune in its reverse. So the moon's here because what it looks like is somebody put into action a thought or an idea, and they pulled it off rather well. And then it could have been a thought to end a cycle, or it could just be the thought coming to the end of a cycle. Whatever that thought to action was, it seemed like it worked out pretty well. We have this King of Pentacles here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn could be involved with those. The moon is directly connected to Pisces. Don't forget to check your sun, moon, and rising. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. It's almost like this perfectly thought out plan that you had. You thought it in and out, which is kind of crazy for an Aries because they hit the ground running. They are the ram. They just go. They want it and they want it now. So this is very not typical of an Aries, to be honest with you. So this could be somebody who played you almost, and it would be the Kingly Pentacles version. But with the moon card, especially in this deck, I like it because we have this guy here, right? Very powerful guy on a dragon. Wow, what you actually notice, if you can see this card up closer, I know it's a little harder to see, but he's actually a really short creature, and that's actually a tree stump. That's not even a dragon at all. But what this is trying to tell us is that the moon can dance shadows. It can change things. So it's basically saying, something isn't what it seems. Doesn't necessarily mean it's more powerful, but it isn't what it seems. There's a secret here. Somebody kept a secret. It's reversed fortune. So like when we get the reversed Wheel of Fortune, it's usually like bad luck, upheaval, disorder, external forces, lack of control, disruption, unwelcome change, delays, setbacks. There might have been a delay in this plan, something that you got going on here. You had the perfect plan, and you had it planned out, and you put it to action. Maybe you were going to end a cycle this way, so somebody was going to just smoothly leave a relationship or something, Somebody kept a secret. And that might be why the death came. Let's see. Why? Can we please clarify? The moon and the Wheel of Fortune? Moon, clarify yourself. Clarify your representation here. There it is. We have the High Priestess in reverse. I like to think that she is really connected to the moon because she mirrors people in my beliefs here. She gives you what you give her. She takes what you give and she reflects it back in due process. If you're being a snake, when she detects that, she's going to give that back to you. If you're being highly lovey, she's going to be lovey. If you're being very wishy-washy, she's going to be wishy-washy. She's going to give that back to you. She mirrors what we do. So in ways, it's almost like there's a control aspect here, but she's reversed. So like, it's an intuitive block, unwanted attention, uncontrolled outbursts, sexual tension, lack of self-belief, fertility issues. This could be fertility issues. Or renewal of a thought, completion of a thought, end of a cycle with a thought. We have death's touch here. Death, I should say. Transition or sudden or unexpected upheaval. But as Aries, the Ten of Swords, you probably could have jumped directly into that part of the cycle because you're just like that. You're pretty quick on your feet, and especially when we have this Knight of Swords, excuse me, that thought was put into action quickly. But we have this King of Pentacles, and I don't know why they're here. But then we have like a secret, a subversion. Something's not what it seems. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going backwards. Maybe you started this. Aries actually likes to start, they don't finish too, so this is very typical. Whatever this idea was, or whatever it was you were working for, it looked like it was quickly hit its first wall or crossroad, and you might have lost your will to keep going. That is very, Aries can do that. Very headstrong, but when they're stopped, they're usually very positive. But I feel like this person's may not be. Let's move on. We'll get some more cards out here. Maybe we'll get I think there's a card here missing. Once I get it, I'll have the whole story or the whole picture. So, I really want to know why this King of Pentacles. Who is this King of Pentacles? Who is this masculine pentacle? Masculine pentacle. It's got a lot of passion behind him. If you look, a big like ball, the sun behind him. It's got a lot that just kind of gives like a good like passion or saving grace. Maybe that's what. Maybe you met somebody just as passionate that stops you. King of Pentacles. Why is the King of Pentacles here? 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 So we have Temperance that came out. Temperance is directly connected to Sag. There could be some Sag energy involved in this. Sag is a fire symbol, along with you, along with the Aries. But it can be like balance, patience, peace, moderation. This person might be teaching you something, actually. This may be somebody who's trying to teach you to temper how you act. Or they may not be deliberately teaching you that, but they are teaching you this. And the Temperance card here is telling us, that peace, patience, the moderation, the harmonious relationships, the soulmates. Could there have been an ending of a soulmate? A soulmate relationship? I don't see no cards to really signify that. Although High Priestess can definitely be spirituality and sensuality, which could be a connection to a soulmate here. Why is the Wheel of Fortune reversed? Why is somebody's world different? The reversed Page of Cups. This is reversed. So, I kind of feel like a loss of money. Somebody lost a job then? Is that what it was? Somebody changed a job, somebody lost a job. Balance. Which would mean a lot to a King of Pentacles. They're very grounded and money-wise. They're kind of the misers. But somebody was holding a secret. I wonder if they had a spending problem, maybe. Because it looks like this message of the heart, default, the page would be younger, It could be a message of relationships, feelings, love. It's reversed, so that message isn't coming. Especially the pages directly connect to Earth themselves, no matter what suit they're in. So this is an Earth water, so this is kind of like a grounded person with feelings and relationships, but this message isn't coming. So somebody, that's where the secret's at. Somebody had a secret and they didn't divulge it. In you, Aries, as you progressed forward with your greatest of ideas, it would have been an amazing idea, and it probably would have worked out if had you known all the details. And it feels like this was probably the High Priestess, probably somebody that you really were close to, girlfriend. I wouldn't maybe necessarily girlfriend or boyfriend. Wouldn't necessarily call him like a soulmate just yet. But that person seemed to have a secret, I believe, and I think there was a loss of money in as well. There was a loss of love, feelings for this person as well, and that's why the Wheel of Fortune is going backwards. Because now you're probably going to have to work harder, extra hours, pick up another second job or a side job, something along those lines. Something happened though with that death card. There's a cycle that ended. Anyway, oh, there we go. Let's see, so that's where I want that one to go. Ooh. Alright, so when we pulled these three, well, they fell. They decided they were going to come out regardless what I thought. We got the Four of Wands. We got the Devil. Just heavy cap energy. And then we have the reversed Empress. And they fell right here between the Temperance, the Balance, the Peace. I wonder if this was a third-party situation. Especially with the Devil here, with our lusting. They do addiction, depression, mental health issues, secrecy, obsession, cheating, dependency, like a bondage, materialism, feeling powerlessness, sexuality, hopelessness, abuse, violence, assault. And then we have this King. I think Aries, you were in control of the house. You were in control of the finances. You were running that bitch. For some reason, we have the Empress and the High Priestess, which are, in my opinion, the two most the two most powerful feminine in the deck for me, besides maybe the Queen of Cups, just because that's a very loving woman, but that can also turn into obsession. So I feel like with that incident for obsession, because there's so much love there coming out of her, out of the Queen of Water or Cups, that the chance for obsession is there. So I feel like these two are obviously Empress. I believe is the strongest. She's the perfect woman for the situation. She's a perfect woman in somebody's eyes. And I've thought about this, and I've heard somebody say it, and then I thought about it before I ever wanted to use it. But some say the High Priestess is also very, very skilled, and she's got with the mirroring effect. She gives you what you want. The submissiveness. She can kind of she's got a chance to take the Emperor from the Empress. But the thing about the High Priestess that I've always thought about is with her spirituality and her mirroring, she can actually go from the High Priestess to the Empress. She can move into that. She's not just always going to be the High Priestess, but in this position here as High Priestess, she could always take that. But it looks like somebody, there's a third-party situation here, or drug use situation, which in my eyes is kind of a whole other entity, so it kind of makes it a third party. There's a balance here, a peace, a patience, moderation. Moderation, though, this might actually be a drug addiction, especially with the Devil coming out. and the secrecy, that definitely shows the secret. So somebody could have made an investment or wanted to pay a bill, and somebody might have had a drug addiction, but they didn't really know it, and it finally came out hard, and they spent up some of this bill money or something along those lines. And now that's why the Wheel of Fortune is going backwards, because now bills are all fucked up, you get behind, everything's costing more. And the end of the cycle could just mean like you were coming to the end of your bill cycle or something along those lines, like, especially because ten of Swords would definitely indicate that it was a well thought out plan, which would also mean, like, you know, auto pay or setting up your bills on a calendar, you know, and doing that. And then it was always executed well with the Knight of Swords. They put that thought into perfect execution. But we have the Four of Wands. Structure, stability, manifestation. And then the Wands is obviously fire, Aries, that's you, Leo and Sag. Creativity, willpower, action, and there's a lot of passion here. See, I think somebody's got a lot of willpower, which is Aries, very definitely all the way. At least action, anyway. Somebody took an action, which would be the squandering of money in the home, and it was a secret. And I think this is a drug addiction. Somebody's dealing with somebody in their home that is a drug addiction. And this Aries, I believe, is this you. I think you, Aries, are the grounded individual in the home that takes control of everything. Likes to be the leader, which is Aries. Aries is a natural born leader, or they like to think so. Maybe not all Aries, but most Aries have the qualities to be a leader. Let's see if we can get a resolution here. Maybe, hopefully, we can get a free will resolution. Why? Celestial bodies, spirit, sun and moon. Can we get a resolution? 2-card resolution. Top, bottom card. Top, bottom card. Free will resolution. Alright, so we pulled the World, and then they reversed 2 of Wands. So we got like a balance or a partnership or duality that was made in the creativity, willpower, action, or passionate space, and it's not happening. And if you look, we have this is reversed, but you have like 2 people being choked by like these sea monsters. They're a little harder to see here, but there's some sea monsters coming up and choking them to death. Seems like you know, kind of feels like that when you do get behind on bills. Something happens, you spend some money, now all your bills are falling behind. You feel like you're slowly getting choked and cut off of air and then drown. But this was reversed, so somebody's fighting probably to stop that. Or somebody has caused that, and it's in action right now. But we have the World upright, so success, achievement. So there's a lot of success in that. Accomplishment, completion, fulfillment, belong, wholeness. And this is reversed, so they may be feeling choked, but it seems like you're gonna have to go through some terrible time here as you do what's necessary to get everything caught back up and everything back balanced. You ain't happy with your empress or high priestess. Not real happy with that person. I don't see it completely ruining your world. You might actually know of the drug addiction, but you just didn't know they took this money this time, or they stifled your action, your plan of attack, your action, your bills. But your world still upright. Still big old bulbous belly here. You may actually you may have a rainy day fund you may have to call on, or this could also mean like an addiction of any type. It doesn't have to be drugs. It could be like a shopping addiction. But it looks like everything's gonna be all right. I just feel like you're gonna have to put yourself through a little bit of tough times, or you're gonna have to call on that rainy day fund. But I appreciate you guys. I hope hope this reading was good for you. This is my very first one to put on YouTube. I like my live readings because I like to wild out a little bit more, talk to people. It's much more communicative between me and onlookers. But these ones I want to just try to be a little more serious. This is my first one. I'm a little nervous. I hope it's not so bad that you just skip over all of my readings. I promise you I'll get better. I'll make sure they're always good. And again, this is Aries for the rest of October. You'll get over this. Just keep pushing forward like an Aries does. Just keep doing Aries, doing an Aries things. Again, you can find my Facebook group at Uranus.divinity. I'll spell it in the comments below. I'll try to put a link there too. Please just come check out my live shows. They may be entertaining, even if you don't come there for the reading value. They're pretty entertaining because I've got 20 years of I'm an Aquarius, so I think deeply and I like to learn, but I've got 20 years of learning celestial bodies, human psychology, ancient history, extraterrestrials, and just a lot of humanitarian type study. So when I see one or two cards, I can once I click in on those, I can tell you damn near a whole story just because of all that background. But anyway, I wasn't here to toot my own horn. I'm here to help you. So yeah, just keep sticking it through. You'll be good. And I like this reading. It wasn't a crazy up and down, train collision type reading. This is a pretty fair. This happens a lot. I've been here. I've done that. Everybody has. It seems like just a normal cycle. You and your person might not be seeing eye to eye for a little while. A little upset at each other, but I think your world's gonna be all right. So again, thank you.